This is Trevor Sports, and now it is time for Match of the Day, which is introduced by Trev Lynham. The world of football is in mourning. Diego Armando Maradona has passed away, age 60. Perhaps the greatest player that's ever played, a sad occasion for such a footballing genius. A player that played with such passion, a World Cup winner, and transformed Argentina and Naples in his time. Our condolences go to his family and all those that remember the quite brilliant and remarkable Diego Maradona.
He has Burchaga to his left and Valdano to his left. He won't need any of them. Oh, you have to say that's magnificent. There is no debate about that goal. That was just pure football genius.
Good evening. After 90 games, we've got the final 10 to take us to our century of games here in the Barclays Premier League for this season. And what an evening we've got for you. We're going to bring you the lunchtime London derby between Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur. A lot riding on both these sides as they look to try and keep pace with the leaders. It's an interesting afternoon.
Now Harry Kane on the booking back to Son. What can Son do here now? It's Mora. Bale. Son! Right from the South Korean.
And then we have the evening kickoff between West Ham and Aston Villa. Aston Villa have been the team to watch this season with some of the finest football, and West Ham are coming into form. Could be a cracker.
David Claret and Blue. This is Jack Grealish now, the captain for Aston Villa. Up towards Ollie Watkins, who's got away. Ollie Watkins is in the post, would you believe it?
And of course, we've got all the action for all the other games that's taken place in the Barclays Premier League today. But we start at Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea were hosting Tottenham Hotspur. Both of these sides knew that a win would climb them above the other. A draw probably wouldn't help either of them, as both sides look to try and maintain their challenge for the championship, although it is just starting to slip away from them. A lot was riding on it, so of course we've got Trevor Gubber to rely on here.
Chelsea head into this game on the back of a 1-0 win over Newcastle and currently sit 5th in the Premier League table. As for Tottenham, they lost 2-1 last time out to Manchester City and currently sit 4th in the table, just above the Blues on goals scored, having both been level on points and goal difference. Here's a Chelsea side with Mendy in goal, Rudiger goes over the back. Havertz, Pulisic and Werner, the front three, Havertz just behind. As for Spurs, as I mentioned, Bale, Kane and Son through themselves up third just behind to Lucas Moura. Alderweireld and Dyer are the centre-half pairing. Mike Dean is referee from the Wirral. As Kovacic picks up for Chelsea. All wide for Azpilicueta. Lovely run down this right wing. Foul there. Is it by Reguilon? No, it's by Son, is it? Or is it Reguilon or Oberg? I'm not sure he was who fouled him. It could be Pierre-Emile Højbjerg who fouled him there. We'll double check in a moment if we can. And we can Azpilicueta down that wing. It was Højbjerg with the foul. Will Reguilon from the position where he was fouled originally. But the other players were there just to cause a bit of pressure as Ziyech lines up this free kick. in the crossing position, I would say, and just crossed this in. He's at just wide of the target there from, who was that in there? There's someone making a run across this man. I think it was Mason Mount who pushed it just wide. It might have been Kayabes actually, sorry. As Bale can't pick up, and now Werner, Havertz, Ziyech, Pulisic, shot saved. Brilliant bit of play from Chelsea there, coming forward, lovely footwork, and Pulisic tests the palms, stings the palms of Hugo Lloris. Spurs with a throw, Reguilon to take. Up towards Son Heung-min. Kovacic can't pick up possession. He comes to Gareth Bale though. Sissoko for Spurs. On to Harry Kane, back on to Gareth Bale. Takes the shot, takes the deflection, and it's easy for Mendy. Easy effort from Gareth Bale. After a lovely footwork from Sissoko and Kane in the build-up. You see the shot from this angle and parried it down. Claimed in Mendy and then trying to get Chelsea on the break quickly. As Chilwell picks up now. Crossfield pass to Azpilicueta. However you want to pronounce it. Ziyech. Azpilicueta. It was Werner! Saved by the keeper, Lloris. And Timo Werner did everything right there. He did it right where he wanted it, towards goal, but into the arms of Lloris in the finish, who just parried it up into the air, and Spurs managed to clear. And they can come forward now with Højbjerg for Kane. Son, Reguilon. Wins the free kick, Reguilon. Fired by Ziyech and Kante. And Spurs have a free kick. Harry Kane stood over this. Surely not going to go for goal, is it? Push claimed by Mendy in the finish. I think he was a little more of a cross there to me, but Mendy claimed it anyway. Kovacic, Chilwell. Still goes as we approach the half-an-hour mark. Azpilicueta. Ziyech. Azpilicueta once more. Ziyech. Pulisic. Goes down. Free kick. Ziyech takes it quickly to Werner. Sissoko around him. Still going Werner. Shot blocked by his own man there, Pulisic. Chilwell has to retrieve. Enjoy away for Chelsea. For Spurs yet. Kovacic. Azpilicueta. Will Reguilon get in ahead of Azpilicueta and soon can't keep it in. Chilwell. Havertz. Havertz with the ball in. He's come to Christian Pulisic. Shot blocked by his own man once again. And Bale picks up for Spurs. On to the Celso. Can Spurs break now? And it was the final 5 minutes over this first half. And Celso's got an amazing run here. Giovanni Lo Celso! Saved by Mendy. This is Pulisic's effort a few moments ago. It looked like he got a block off of Timo Werner. And he did. And then he led to Chelsea. Spurs being broke at. And Giovanni Lo Celso carried it brilliantly all the way forward. And his strike was saved by Mendy, and he dove on it to just make sure they claim possession. Son. Reguilon. Forward towards Son. He's at the penalty, Son Mignon! And Son has scored! Just before the break, Tottenham take the lead. And he celebrates he's playing golf with Harry Kane and Spurs take the lead. And on the balance of play, from my perspective, Tottenham have deserved that. Yeah, Chelsea had a few chances, but Tottenham, for me, have a little dangerous on the counter-attack. There was like a counter-attacking goal, defensive splitting pass, Son in behind, and Son says, "Thank you very much." Mendy with no chance, Spurs lead, and there's the golf celebration, putting celebration with Harry Kane. Second half, win 2 now. As Rudiger, who's basically Kane wins it off him, but he loses out, just Kane, and now is the edge. Brings the ball forward for Chelsea on Havertz. Forward towards Werner's had a penalty. Timo Werner! Lloris makes a fantastic stop. Be interested to see how Lampard's men approach his second half. I was just about to say, and then this is how they approach it. Trying to get on the front foot early on, and Werner with forcing Lloris into a fantastic save, as we see from this angle. Wonderful, fantastic one-handed save as well. There, Havertz moved to his possession when Spurs come forward with Aurier on this far side. Aurier with the ball in, and then from Kane back towards goal and over the bar. Chelsea couldn't keep hold of possession, and they're coming there, and Tottenham go forward. Kane flicks it on, but to no avail for Spurs. Mendy. Can Chelsea get back into this game? It's coming towards an hour mark. Still trailed by the goal to nil, Chelsea. Do we share that hour mark? Pulisic. Still going Pulisic, and wins a free kick. Does the Chelsea man, the American, who was fouled there by the Celso. But I don't agree with that decision from Mike Dean. Ziyech lands up with this free kick, and Ziyech has scored. Chelsea are level on the hour mark. Just listen to that noise. Stamford Bridge is rocking now after that Ziyech goal. And I saw the second half, Chelsea have deserved their equaliser from what they've played today. They've deserves a goal at least, Chelsea, and that's what they've got now, is whether they can hold on to this goal or even push on. No point will push on, but that's a fantastic free kick from Ziyech. Wonderful free kick. See from this angle better. Lloris had no chance. Wonderful free kick. Chelsea level is Akam Ziyech. 1-1. Thiago Silva. Out wide for Azpilicueta. Coming forward. On towards Werner. Lloris with the save. Lovely ball up from Azpilicueta. Over the top for Werner. On the volley. Saved. He did it as the ball was coming down to him, trying to take it early. But that was never really troubled Lloris in the finish. Or in the end, whichever way you want to say it. Chelsea with possession, trying to get winners. We're coming up towards the final 10 minutes or so of this encounter. Been a cracking game to bring you here on Match of the Day. Here on Trevor Sports as Kovacic picks up possession and feeds in N'Golo Kante. Ziyech mounts there. Mount is fouled. And Kane picks up a yellow card, I think. I don't think Kane was the one who committed the foul, really, was it? Yes, but he gets the ball. That's not a foul. I'm sorry. Mandine's got this wrong. Ziyech with the free kick into Kovacic. That's Azpilicueta. Kovacic. Lost out there, Dukovic. Rudiger. Spiliqueta. Goes down, free kick Chelsea. Ziyech will take. Looks about the quick one. Set against the Ndombele with the foul there. Ziyech over this. And pushed in towards a dangerous area. It's laid away on his first Kovacic. He'll let up a shot here. The second for Ziyech. Saved by Luis. Chelsea knocking on the door now. But they are yet to find that breakthrough to win it. Luis keeping Spurs in this now. Spurs go away with possession and it's up to Son Heung-min. Now Harry Kane on the booking, back to Son. What can Son do here now? It's Mora. Bale. Son! Right from the South Korean. Don't think this was 4 wide. Let's see how far wide this one was. Bale with the ball in. And there's some way wide in the end. It looked as though it wasn't that far wide at first. At first view, should I say. Coming up towards the final knockings of this game as Kane picks up for Son. Over the top is Harry Kane. Kane strikes, saved by Mendy. And throws that ball to Son. What's he done here? He's come to Kane. Kane's strike is blocked. Behind for a corner. Last seconds of the game now. In the 90, should I say. And that's a strike from Kane, which was brought behind for a corner. Spurs will be pretty happy with this as the full-time whistle goes. Pretty happy with a point coming away from Stamford Bridge, but Mourinho will be disappointed that his side threw away the lead. Ziyech with the equaliser in the second half. Fairly even match, if truth to be told. It finished at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1.
So 1-1 doesn't really help either side, despite all the chances there. Hugo Lloris may come away with more credit and perhaps Tottenham slightly more wasteful. We'll find out, but there's still plenty more of the season to go. But at the moment, both sides look to be going well. So now to the London Stadium, and for the very first time we're going to be covering West Ham here on Match of the Day. They're playing Aston Villa, who have produced some fantastic games thus far. So if you need a commentator who's good with dealing with goals, you send for Trevor Motson.
Well, if you're a neutral tuning into Match of the Day this season and you're looking for, or you're struggling for a team to follow, let me suggest Aston Villa, because at the moment, their last few games, they've really put on the style. After not winning their first 5, they've certainly picked up in their last 4, winning 3 of the games and picking up 9 points in the process, and winning 4-2 on a couple of occasions at Villa Park against Leeds and Brighton. We're also up against West Ham United, who also have 9 points and returned to winning ways last week with a very good performance against Sheffield United. In fact, winning that game at Bramall Lane 2-0. It's our first look at West Ham on the main feature on Match of the Day this season, and it'll be interesting to see how they perform. Let's have a look at their lineup then tonight. The Hammers, managed of course by David Moyes. Well, they've got Declan Rice and Mark Noble in the midfield area. Antonio and Johnson will cause havoc on the flanks. And watch out for Sebastian Haller. Really yet to hit the mark since joining a couple of years ago. As for Villa, 4-3-3, Barker, Hura and McGinn, real handfuls in midfield. Trezeguet, Watkins and Grealish will be handfuls further forward. There's no doubt about that. Villa in the all dark shirts. West Ham in their favourite claret and blue. This is Jack Grealish now, the captain for Aston Villa. Up towards Ollie Watkins, who's got away. Ollie Watkins is in the post, would you believe it? And then Fredericks almost turned it into his own goal before swiveling and turning it away. Oh, that would have been a remarkable start on 2 minutes for Aston Villa. Ollie Watkins with the shot, he beats Fabianski, beats the post, and Fredericks just about recovered to to get the ball away on the follow-up. A let-off for West Ham United. Bonels. Here's Johnson. Of course, this ground holds many happy memories for me covering the Euros for Trevor Sports. Here's Johnson. There's a good cross in there. Ah, good save! Tremendous save. He might break for Antonio, but Villa smuggle it out. Now Villa caught out again at the back. Good cross from Johnson. Haller's header. And actually, that's a very good save by Martinez. Has to get down low and manages to claw it away. 12 minutes gone. I can't see it staying 0-0 for much longer, the way these two teams are at it. Grealish with a shot, but it's an easy one for Lucas Fabianski, the former Arsenal goalkeeper. In fact, we've got two former Arsenal goalkeepers on display, both understudies at the Emirates at one time or another. Fabianski and Martinez, both now in first team slots of their own, trying to make their own way in their careers. As the ball is hooked in there towards Haller's got in, and it's scored for West Ham. First blood to the Hammers in the battle of the Claret and Blues. A mistake in the Villa defence, more generous defending by Aston Villa, and Sebastian Haller said thank you very much. One ball over the top that from Declan Rice caused all the confusion. Not very good defending indeed by Tyrone Mings, and Sebastian Haller has cashed in big time here and gives West Ham the early lead here at the London Stadium. 1-0 to the Hammers. Well, it's a setback. 14 minutes gone. It's a real setback for Villa. They've been really one of the form sides in the last 4 or 5 games, having gone their first 5 without even picking up one single point. And now they have to come from behind again, just like they did when I covered them last against Leeds. They came from 2-0 down, I think, to win 4-2. Well, 4 of the goals coming in the second half. Well, they did tear Brighton to shreds last week, although they almost lost that one as well. As Trezeguet comes forward again, into Watkins, tries to turn, and still not away. Grealish, equaliser! Within 2 minutes! 2 goals in 2 minutes! Jack Grealish with a captain's goal for Aston Villa. It's 1-1. And it's game on at the London Stadium. Well, I covered some Euro games here during the summer, and we saw some real thrillers involving the Dutch, most notably a 4-3 match between them and Austria. I think this has got the hallmark to being a 6 or 7 goal thriller, the way these two teams have gone about their start this evening. Ball knocked in there to Watkins, half blocked by Diop, comes nicely for Grealish, and the finish is so unerring. It's 1-1 here at the London Stadium, 2 goals in 2 minutes. Halfway through the first half. It's a great game this. Begin. Engels. One ball looking towards Grealish, who took it down beautifully on the chest, and he goes down, and the referee says free kick. In a very promising position. Mark Noble, the West Ham opposite number to Jack Grealish, their captain, well over 500 games for the Hammers in his one-man career. He's deemed the guilty party, although Fredericks may have had some involvement as well. And a chance here for Villa to really take advantage. Trezeguet and Barkley, the two-men committee. It's going to be Trezeguet! Oh, it's a beauty! Trezeguet puts Villa in front. It's 2-1 to Aston Villa. Another pure genius free kick this is. And I've commentated on a few of those in the Premier League and in the Champions League this season. And there's another one. No chance for Fabianski. There were 6 men in that West Ham wall, and not even they could stop that one. And Villa, from 1-0 down, are 2-1 up. 3 goals in a little over 11 minutes. 25 gone. It's 2-1. And here's Antonio now from the restart, and he gets a free kick off the referee. Bernals takes it quickly. Here's Noble. Antonio. Fredericks. Allaire waits in the centre. Fornals again. Still Fornals. And he has to go backwards to Mark Noble here. They're looking for a way through. Can he hit back straight away, West Ham? This is a good match, this. Two sides in the bottom half of the table, looking to get 12 points on the board. Whoever gets the win tonight, should they win, will get up to 12 points. Johnson, Creswell, and yes, he's got it again! It's 2-2, and Sebastian Allaire gets his second goal of the game. 27 minutes have been played, and we've had 4 goals already. This is an unbelievable game. Well, there's no separating these two sides. There's no doubt about that. The whole place has erupted here at the London Stadium, and for those who have paid a good portion of money for a ticket here tonight, well, it must be said, if you're a neutral, it's money worth spent. Because this was a lovely... We've seen some wonderful goals, some wonderful entertainment, some wonderful football, and a lovely cross, and Allaire with a superb header. And he makes it 2-2. Incredible. Well, there's nothing to choose on possession. There's nothing to choose on the scores. We're almost 5 minutes from the end of the first half. And I, for one, can't wait for an half-time cup of Tetley tea as the ball is played in there towards the penalty area. McGinn takes the ball away. Now finds Barkley. The shot gets a huge deflection and it falls kindly for Fabianski. Well, are we going to have any voice left by the end of it? This is Ollie Watkins now. Jack Grealish. Back to Watkins. John McGinn. And Bernals is in there and McGinn is in there too. And it's I don't believe this. 5 goals in over 40 minutes. Pinch me. Am I dreaming this? West Ham 2, Aston Villa 3. I've never seen a first half quite like this. John McGinn got the look of the draw there, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Gets the ball here. He somehow gets past Declan Rice, who was favourite then. And then he gets past the second defender, and then with the left foot unerringly places it past Fabianski, and Villa take the lead again in this seesaw battle. Well, we've had a minute and a half of the second half. I'm still trying to get my breath back after a completely breathless and first half, which really took one's breath away. 5 goals in that first half, with Villa leading at the moment by 3 goals to 2. This is Watkins now. Can he get on the score sheet? No! Good save. Gilbert can't keep it in. Well, Ollie Watkins had the chance to make it 4-2 to Villa. Lovely approach play again from Trezeguet. Good shot. It was an easy save in the end for Lucas Fabianski. And one must add, made a good save. Way past the hour mark now. Next goal's going to be crucial. Here's Watkins. Yes! That puts Villa well and truly in the clear now. It's West Ham 2, Aston Villa 4. We've got another 6-goal throw on our hands, folks. Well, I made a suggestion. Maybe if you're a neutral watching this, maybe the team you need to support this season on Match of the Day might just be Aston Villa. And maybe my case has just been strengthened from a neutral's point of view. They'll score plenty and concede plenty, but they will score more than they concede at the moment the way they're going. This is the latest one. Watkins taking a long ball down on the chest and then smashing it left-footed past Fabianski, and Villa lead by 4 goals to 2. Unbelievable. Well, Villa now are threatening to run riot here. For West Ham, he's been penalised. and he's not happy, it's fair to say. And Watkins, the offender. I have to say, Fernand's got the ball cleanly, in my opinion, but a bit of questionable refereeing there. For the first time on this show this season that me or any of your commentators have pulled up referees for iffy decisions. Here's McGinn with the free kick though, chipped in there towards Barkley. Good chest control, good turn. Oh, that deserved to be a fifth one there. Just for the control and the turn. Lovely clever free kick from John McGinn. And then turn nicely there, and just wide from Barkley. Probably deserved to go in. Well, we've got 30 seconds left. And I have to say, what a terrific evening's entertainment. If you're a neutral watching this, you've had your money's worth. Here's the shot coming in, and it could come for Trezeguet, but he'll be beaten. But the ball's out of play, and the final whistle has been sounded. And Aston Villa have done it again. The 6-goal thriller specialists have won another game, 4-2 this season. And they got the first one, then was equalised. Then Villa went 2-1 up. Then it went to 2-2. Then Villa went 3-2 up through McGinn. And then Ollie Watkins made it absolutely certain. And what a game here. It's finished at the London Stadium. West Ham 2, Aston Villa 4. Remarkable.
Fine result that is for Aston Villa. A big away win for them. They go from strength to strength, and Jack Grealish is really is making a statement as perhaps being the most exciting English player in terms of skill, maybe since Wayne Rooney. Dare I say it, Gascoigne. There, I've said it. I'm very sorry. And now it's time for a roundup of all the other games played today, of course, with Trevor Sinstadt. Brighton hosted Liverpool on what should have been a formality based on where these two sides are in the table, and it's how it started off. Diego Jota's wonderful header gave Liverpool an early lead, and he never looked back with creating chances throughout the game. But crucially, they just weren't as clinical, perhaps a little tired from their midweek Champions League game. Mo Salah looked bright, and he was at the end of an Alexander-Arnold cross, but elected to swing on his right foot. It was a good save by the Brighton goalkeeper, Matthew Ryan. Lovely combination between Liverpool's front three, played in Mo Salah again to make it to a first half which all went Liverpool's way. One question is now, is Jota the permanent lineup in the three ahead of Bobby Firmino? In the second half, Liverpool continued to make chances. Jordan Henderson effort resulted in a ricochet. A clever pass back to Andy Robertson, and his cross was eventually palmed away by Matthew Ryan after it looked like it was going to roll in. But Liverpool have two quality fullbacks. Alexander-Arnold with an excellent cross to Jota and another save at the feet, and Mane somehow was unable to steal the ball. Liverpool continued to create chances. Jorginho Wijnaldum played through after the pass was slightly blocked to Mo Salah, uncharacteristically curled it wide. But then Brighton started to give the champions a slight worry. Jan Gabash found himself through. Jorginho Wijnaldum's attempted block was deemed to be a foul, and the referee pointed to the spot. Despite Liverpool protest, it was a chance for Brighton to get back into the match. Jan Gabash was the man chance to take the penalty, but Alisson was up to the task, and his left-handed save palmed it away. It went out for a throw. And then from the exact same throw, this happens. Bissouma found himself through. Joe Gomez caught him. Referee pointed to the spot. His second penalty he's awarded in a minute. And Liverpool couldn't believe. You'd think there was a conspiracy theory. In reality, it was just a sheer coincidence. So, was Jan Gabash up to the challenge again? Absolutely he was. Going the right way, showing the nerve in the bottle to send Alisson the wrong way and to pull a goal back for Brighton. But that was as close as it got for Brighton in the end. Liverpool should have won this game by a lot more, but Brighton showed there's a bit of fight left, and maybe for their season, that's just the sort of performance they needed. Burnley don't have the best record at the Etihad in recent years, and Manchester City knew all about it. Bernardo Silva decided to produce one of the passes of the season. His delightful outside of the foot pass with his left over to Sergio Aguero deserved to see again. Aguero's finish itself was absolutely stunning, just getting ahead of Tarkowski. Kevin De Bruyne was a real menace in the game. He played in Aguero. His header was saved by Nick Pope, and Nick Pope, it has to be said, had an absolutely quality performance. Some say he should be England's number one. Bernardo Silva did have a header from a corner that just went wide of the post, but Manchester City were able to press home their advantage. Benjamin Mendy was through. His cross was met by Aguero at the near post, and it was just trickled home. 2-0 Manchester City, and they were in the mood, you felt, for more. Raheem Sterling arrived from a corner. His header was brilliantly saved by Nick Pope, but Burnley continued to hang on, and their goalkeeper continued to have a fine performance. Kevin De Bruyne looking to curl the ball home and make it 3, again denied by Nick Pope, who was the only Burnley player to leave with any credit. Manchester City show how they missed Sergio Aguero midweek against Olympiacos. Manchester United, perhaps, according to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, produced their performance of the season. Away to Southampton, they were able to absolutely dominate the opposition. Paul Pogba's early chance was well saved. Rashford in the end found Martial, and Rashford's effort again just missing the post by a fraction. United looked in the mood. Manchester United have got a new left back in Alex Telles, and he has proven to be a real asset from his crossing ability. His cross was met home by Anthony Martial, and that was the opening goal for Manchester United in the first half. United continued their dominance in the second half. Paul Pogba's pullback here was palmed away by the goalkeeper. It ended itself and made its way back to Scott McTominay. And McTominay had an outstanding effort to put it 2-0 Manchester United. 2 became 3 very shortly. Martial met Mason Greenwood, met the hands of the goalkeeper that denied Manchester United, but from the resulting corner, McTominay's header was fantastically saved. Van der Beek kept the ball alive. Then look at this. McTominay has headed the ball, run back to his position on the edge of the area, and then just casually decides to do that. Magnificent goal by Scott McTominay. A brace for him today. He was outstanding for Manchester United. Replay shows just how good it was, but perhaps how poor the Southampton marking was not to close him down. United did make it poor when Van der Beek found the ball throughward. Berdenac thought he'd been able to get the ball off Mason Greenwood. He was wrong, however. Mason Greenwood coolly finished again. First league goal for that man for a little while. And Manchester United were 4-0 winners away from home in the Premier League and against Southampton. Really top performance by Manchester United. It keeps them second. Crystal Palace hadn't won at home this season. That all changed after this game. Andres Townsend had one of the first early chances from set pieces. Crystal Palace looked very lively. From another corner, it was met by Patrick Van Aanholt, who went with his left foot and just missed Dubravka's post by a fraction. Newcastle United, though, did score against the run of play. Callum Wilson's excellent curling effort was able to find its way past Vincent Gator. Replay shows just how good a quality this was in his technique and his execution, and just how well placed this effort was. Now, you'd be forgiven for thinking that was it for Crystal Palace, but they had a slice of luck. Dubravka, who'd been in fine form, had to go off with an injury, and in the first half there was 9 minutes of time added on, and this allowed Crystal Palace to eventually draw level. Quixote found his way through, Newcastle defenders backing off around him. His effort wasn't stopped completely by the substitute goalkeeper. Crystal Palace level right on half-time. And that in effect changed the game, and it gave Crystal Palace all the impetus in the second half. Michy Batshuayi, on loan from Chelsea, was able to dance his way past the Newcastle defence. His finish was perhaps a little easily too past the goalkeeper. Some say he could have done better, but it was 2-1 Crystal Palace, and it was a goal which ended up settling the match for them. First home win of the season for Roy Hodgson's men, and the South Londoners are off this season. Leeds United with an impressive performance away from home, and they got the early goal. It was Rodrigo's pass to Rafinha, his first start, and a fine finish by him also. The former Stade Red man celebrating his first goal for his brand new club. And he was in fine form the rest of the game, causing chances and chaos inside the Everton area, for Everton looking uncharacteristically out of sorts. And unfortunately very nearly made sure of it. But the defending itself is still not convincing. Helder Costa won the ball back, He ended up backheeling it to himself, and Rafinha's effort was saved by Pickford. Luke Ayling had an effort from the corner that went wide, and the Everton fans were wondering if their side were going to wake up. Well, Jay Rodriguez tried to do his best, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin is proven to be one of the most lethal strikers in the Premier League this season. His initial effort was saved. Back to Rodriguez again. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, once he had a bit of space, he knew exactly what he was going to do and equalise. And the Everton fans might have thought at Goodison Park that's the start of their recovery. But there was late drama with 8 minutes to go from a throw, and Leeds United were able to grab the decisive moment in the match. Jack Harrison's ball found Patrick Bamford for one of the turns of the season. He found his way past the Everton defence with ease, and he fired home his left-footed strike to win the game for Leeds United. Patrick Bamford for England, anybody? Leeds United 2, Everton 1. Leicester City dominated Fulham, but it took a little while for the game to open up to them. Bronson Reeder at the end of a Seri free kick, and he headed Fulham into a shock lead. So you'd be given for thinking, was that it for Leicester? Would they give up? Well, it's hard not to when you look at the quality of this header, but the appalling marking in the Leicester penalty area. Seri for a free kick nearly made it 2, but for a blinding save from Kasper Schmeichel. And after all, Leicester's domination of the first half, the second half looked to be slipping away from them. That was until Undur found Jamie Vardy. He checked his run, stayed on side, and coolly was able to finish past the keeper. Great moment for Vardy. Ariola could get nowhere near it. Vardy in the end nearly won the game. Harvey Barnes played through Jamie Vardy one-on-one, and somehow his left-footed effort went wide when he backed Vardy to score. It was a strange game in the end, Leicester having all of it and Fulham perhaps having the best chances. This game finished 1 apiece, and Leicester will feel that's 2 points dropped. West Bromwich Albion had an encouraging start to the league season, but in recent times they're starting to find the Premier League harder and harder. A free kick which normally would have gone on at the beginning of the season by Mateus Pereira was brilliantly saved by Aaron Ramsdale. And as the game rolled on, Sheffield United started to grow in it into the Hawthorns. Ollie McBurney of all people attempting an audacious chip from 25 yards out. But there was drama in the end of the game. A free kick from West Bromwich Albion, and now the through ball played through to David McGoldrick that found himself onside and in far too much space. It was poor defending. An absolutely delightful moment for Sheffield United, who've been able to grab a goal. There was 30 seconds left on the clock when this one went in, and we were just waiting for stoppage time. West Bromwich Albion didn't have enough time to react, and Sheffield United winners 1-0. Arsenal and Wolverhampton played a game of take your chances, because you never know when the opposition are going to strike. And it was Arsenal that took all their chances. Well, attempted to anyway. Lacazette with the first effort here. Nelson Semedo for Wolverhampton Wanderers with the cross. Daniel Potence on the volley. Volley that's be off, and then the whistle off, and showed that even if he had got it on target, it wouldn't have counted. About a yard or so offside. But that was as close as Wolves were able to get for the rest of the game. Arsenal completely dominated proceeding. Saka's cross was headed by Maitland-Niles, and it was another save by Raul Patricio, who rolled back the ears and showed us his quality in between the sticks. In the second half, it was more of the same for Arsenal. Danny Ceballos was through, and on the volley, another fine save by Patricio, who did have a quality game. Arsenal were able to make chances as Wolves tried to find a way through, and Alexander Lacazette was able to stick the ball from volley, one-on-one with Patricio, and he hit it straight at him. Uncharacteristic for Lacazette, is usually much cooler and calmer on those situations. Nicola Pepe ended up playing Lacazette through, and finally Arsenal did break the deadlock. At the near post, blasted the ball home and brought Arsenal ahead late into the game. And there was a sigh of relief around the Emirates. They thought that was it. The Wolverhampton Wanderers, they had other ideas. Ruben Neves won a free kick, and from 30 yards out produced this stunning free kick to equalise for Wolves and settle the tie. 1-1 here at the Emirates. Wonderful moment for Neves. A game of late flurries, but in the end, perhaps a deserved result due to the nature of Arsenal's poor finishing. This one was 1-1. So here are all the results from the 10th edition of Matchday this season. 100 games under our belt, just another 280 to go. We're a quarter of the way there. From the notable results that we can see today, West Ham and Aston Villa was the most exciting game in terms of goals. Manchester United's win against Southampton was the most comprehensive. 2-1 was the order of the day, and as always there was late drama in the Premier League. As for the top of the table, Liverpool maintained their 2-point advantage over Manchester United, and after Manchester City's win against Burnley, it moves them forward. Spurs and Chelsea aren't separated by much more than goals scored. Spurs just have the advantage over Chelsea at the moment and maintain a 4th Champions League spot. Arsenal, despite their draw, remain in 6th. Leicester failing to capitalise on that result. Joining us in the top half of the table is Leeds United for the first time this season. Everton drop down to the second half of the table, and Aston Villa climb ahead of Burnley and move their way out of the relegation zones. Brighton, Southampton are both rock bottom of the Premier League, but Southampton do have a 5-point advantage. Fulham also fall into the relegation places, propped ahead by Crystal Palace and West Brom and West Ham. They're all falling into what looks like to be a potential relegation battle. Next week on Match Today, we will feature the London derby between Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal. As Arsenal look to increase themselves, that'll be 4th versus 6th. And we've got last versus second laugh in the South Coast derby between Brighton and Hove Albion here on Match of the Day. And a quick reminder to yourselves, tomorrow at 5 o'clock we're going to be live in Supersport Park Centurion for the T20 International between South Africa and England. Join Trevor Benno and Trevor Boycott for all the action on Trevor Match Special. Well, it's great to see some live cricket back here on Trevor Sports. If you're after your football, don't worry, we'll be back with Sports Night with the Champions League next week, and of course we've got Match of the Day. But from all of us, thank you very much for joining us, and remember to like, subscribe, hit those notifications, and we'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.